a sweet bitter. That's all.
Sweet, bitter, bittersweet.
We don't really know who.
There is a movie called Bittersweet.
Probably.
Because I Googled it twice and started watching. I was like, wait, this is not.
Of course you did.
Okay, so today we are going to talk about the
dog. Like so real.
Like, yeah, it's my dog, right? And you're like, wait, what? It's not.
Wrong movie.
I mean, it cuts you off. But I have this whole image of like, where you're like 4 episodes in about like some dog who was like sniffing
because she was
like
watching
cancer out of somebody, and you're like, oh, wrong movie.
She'll
That's
stop,
because she was watching.
We'll be talking
Raising
about it in
Sun.
a group, and she'll be like, "Wait,
Wait a minute, I don't remember that happening.
right?" She'll be like,
What movie did you watch?
Wait, what are you watching?
Solid 50 years apart. I didn't get.
She'll be like, "Wait, what are y'all talking about? Sweet bitter. Is that called bittersweet? I've been reading bittersweet."
Raisin in the Sun versus Rage in Harlem.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. I'm not quite sure.
I had to. I'm sorry.
Okay. So Sweet Bitter. The book Sweet Bitter was a freaking nightmare for me to read. I was like, what is with this stupid young privileged girl? So that one was written by
Stephanie
Danler.
This book has actually been converted to a series on one of the premium channels on cable. I can't remember which one. But so there's been 2 seasons of it.
Yes.
And I think we can jump right into it. I hate this book. It was so slow. It was so
Pointless.
I don't want to say boring, but it was just so pointless is a great word.
It's a great word.
You're waiting for something to happen,
pointless.
and then it just ended. And I don't know if it's just that I don't care about what happens at a restaurant. I just don't know. What do you guys think?
I felt like it honestly is the perfect book for some privileged people that like working in a restaurant. I mean, it really hit home for those folks. But for me, what
about you?
I just, okay, maybe like 2 or 3 chapters. But if you tell me about how the dishes are washed one more time, or the silverware, so listen, I don't want to go to a restaurant and stuff is crappy. So I think the most interesting thing of it for me is how much work goes into being the type of restaurant that I actually eat in.
Right.
So yeah, that was interesting. But I just don't know that I could ever go through this again.
Me either.
Well, I mean, they only had to tell you once on how clean the restaurant is and how they wash their dishes. I don't need every chapter to be some form of, oh yeah, because she cleaned this and she had to clean that and pick up. I'm over it. I was just so over it. It was pointless.
Right. And it wasn't just
never
about
ending.
the kitchen information, right? It was just her life was just ridiculous that I'm like, I couldn't relate to it at all. Maybe that's what it is.
So the kitchen aspect, I actually really liked, just because I've dated somebody that was a chef. So the conversations that he would come back and tell me about it were, for me, the hearing about like the chef hierarchy versus front of the house, back of the house was actually pretty intriguing for me, just because I've dated a chef before, and hearing those conversations being told to me, I was like, I don't really care what you're talking about. But seeing this and listening to the book.
Did you say that to him when he talked about it?
Probably why we're not together now.
Right. Exactly. For those of you who have not recognized, Lynn is hoarse yet again. Her voice has not healed, so that's why she's sounding crazy.
All right, straight. We got 1 male in here today.
Right.
I feel like y'all are haters.
I'm sorry, we are. We love the sexy voice. I wish I could get it down like that. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I wish it would go away, actually, but okay. So for me, hearing about the little small details front of the house, back of the house, and the pickup, the communication, how they had to announce behind you this and that was actually kind of intriguing for me. Her boring life on how she was just so torn between Jake and Will, could care. I can't even say care less. It wasted my life.
It wasn't even just Jake and Will. It was anybody who was willing to come give her some, for real.
That
is very true.
I
it's
thought
ridiculous.
that she would have slept with Simone had she had the opportunity.
I think she did in her mind.
I mean, it wasn't even a love story. It was just a
Dumb story.
yes.
She's privileged.
So that's the book. But let me just say, season one of the series was a perfect adaptation because it was horrific.
It was. I agree.
Season 2 got a little bit more exciting because I feel like they weaved in a lot of the stories of the other characters to bring some life to the story. But season 1 was perfect adaptation, and it was just bad. And I just can't even believe it got picked up for a second season. Somebody is obviously enjoying it.
This producer was Donna Bloom.
Yeah.
But didn't you guys say something about Brad Pitt?
I thought Brad Pitt was an executive producer.
But sometimes depends. Yeah, I did see Brad Pitt as a executive. I felt, I don't know what it was about this series, other than the fact that I had to watch it, that kept bringing me back.
We would have never finished it.
I'm assuming that's what it was that kept, because I was kind of intrigued to see where it was going to go, thinking that maybe it strayed away a little bit from the book. It did. Very little. Still not. I don't know. It just kept making me watch.
Yeah.
I don't know what.
I was miserable watching it.
But yeah, I kept finding myself intrigued enough to go back to the next, or on to the next series. So.
I just knew we had to finish it, and so I did.
True, but I don't know if that's what it was.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
There's no motivation except for the fact that we needed to finish it.
I mean, I think the actors did a good job, I guess. I mean, they did a good... I mean, some of those folks had me... What is my friend's name? Sasha?
I love Sasha.
Yes. Sasha, I love
Sasha.
I actually thought Jake did a good job.
Baby monster.
Good job, too.
Yes, Jake was a jerk, and he played it very well.
And Simone did okay.
I don't like Jake.
Well, he was nothing.
Good.
I feel like he didn't open his mouth when he talked.
But that's what he was supposed to be. Nothing. That hid behind this woman his whole freaking life and let her drag him around by some sort of collar around his neck, choking him.
I think I kept watching too with the thought of season 2, somebody's going to smack the hell out of Tess at some point because I wanted to strangle her.
Nobody's going to smack.
I just felt like she was
puffy mouth pet. I mean, that's what I saw.
Did you say puppy mouth?
Puffy.
Oh, puffy.
It could be puppy. It could be puffy. It could be, oh, hey. Oh my gosh.
I love your facial expressions right now.
I wish
the
everyone
podcasters could see you.
Yes.
It'll last longer.
Oh my gosh. This is why everybody says we need to be on video.
Yeah. I agree.
I didn't like Tess at all.
The movie? I mean, the series?
I mean, I agree with all of you. The first season was... The second season was better than the first. And it sucks because the second season had nothing to do with the book.
Right, exactly.
If they would have wrote the storyline around season 2 from the book, then it would actually been a lot better. But the whole first season, I was like, dog, is this over yet? All right, good, next season. Boom.
Right.
But casting,
it ended kind of the same, right?
Mm-hmm. It ended the same, and so I'm assuming season 3 will be more of that going into the lives.
I hope it's not a season 3.
I hope it's not.
I think they're going to do a season 3. I think they're going to take more of the lives of the other folks. I think they're going to dig more into Simone and Howard, because I think we can go a little bit deeper into oh my gosh, Howard and the mouse. That's
rare. That's you.
He was just like,
you would have literally been like, everybody's talking around you, and you've been staring in that corner waiting for something to move.
Right. Yeah, he was dead set on this.
You know that's you. Don't give me that look.
So, were you guys cracking up in the book when she had the little scene where they were like, who would you most like to be stuck in an elevator with?
Yo, I was lost along with Tess. I'm like, oh, okay. And it was like, they're talking about you.
You're a whore.
That's not a good thing.
No.
It's not a good thing. Like,
that was so lost. Like, oh, it's not?
Dummy.
Yeah, I was completely lost. I was with Tess on that one.
Because she went out left field. She's like, oh, yeah, I would like to talk to so-and-so. And yeah, that's so nice that people would think that I'd be a good communicator.
Right. And I'm like,
no, they want to be stuck in the elevator with you because you're a whore.
No, you're going to drop your drawers because you've done it 75 times. I mean, I'm surprised you haven't slept with Sasha. Remember, she did kiss him, though.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah.
But he was mortified.
Sasha did
not want that.
I will not tell you where those forks
right.
Kiss.
Baby monster.
Yeah, he's probably the best person.
He really is.
So Simone was actually my favorite actress. Like, I felt like that was a great casting. I love her anyway. I think she's a great actress.
Caitlin Fitzgerald.
Yeah. So I think that was a good cast for that one.
I don't remember seeing her in anything else off the top of my head, but I thought she was
Masters of Sex.
Yeah. I didn't see that.
Okay, first of all.
Okay.
That's against the law.
I don't even
Watch
know
your
what
mouth.
you're talking about.
Masters of Sex is a great show.
Oh, God. If she's talking, I probably won't make it. She was on the same relationship.
No, she was the wife.
She was the wife. She had a great story. That's
Masters.
that's based on a true life person.
Oh, I didn't know
Masters
that.
and Johnson's are real science pioneers.
And they basically
I didn't know
did
that.
science on sex.
How about Will?
Poor Will.
I mean, he was like the perfect
He
little
really
short.
was. He was trying so
so
hard.
hard.
Wait a minute, but
play
weren't
on,
they
though?
joking? I looked it up. I didn't recognize
Because
anything.
he looks
but
familiar, but
he
I can't
does to me
pinpoint where it
too.
came from.
Okay, so with Will, I wasn't sure where they were joking when they said that. Oh, did he go down on you? Yeah, because he goes down on everybody first. So were they joking just because they know his sex life, or did he really sleep with all the girls there? Because it didn't come across later on.
No, I think they were joking about Will.
Yeah, because I was
they
gonna
said
say
it's
he didn't
fine.
come across like that
Slept with,
later on.
with Heather.
Right, but that means he was slept with Heather and Ari, because she said the same thing.
Well, Ari's a lesbian, so I don't think that she
Oh,
was.
there you go. So that's okay. So I didn't realize that.
But
until
Jasmine
second
and
season
Ari,
anyway.
Jasmine's her real name. Heather and Ari were best friends.
Right.
So they probably talked about the
gotcha.
conversation. Which isn't Ari, the quintessential rich kid who doesn't need to work, who literally is like going against the grain, but kind of like buying her friends love.
I was gonna say she just
and then
wants
gets
to be
mad when
friends.
they don't love her the same way.
Well, I think she's damaged. Her parents left apparently and left her there. In a sense, that's what they were saying at the. on
She's a
season two.
rich girl.
Yeah.
Right, but they
She
left
doesn't-
her.
she-
They're funding her money as long as
Yeah.
she stayed in business school.
Oh,
Everybody on this show was privileged.
yeah.
Ari wasn't. I mean, Sasha wasn't privileged.
Except for
yeah.
Sasha. You're right. He did have his own set of privileges, though.
I love Sasha. I love Scott.
I did. He was.
And Jake wasn't privileged either.
Yes, he was.
Jake's mom killed herself.
Jake was privileged. And Simone
She's privileged
Turner-
because of Simone. Simone brought him to her level, which is kind of
Yeah,
creepy.
but Simone also, as she said, was her mother, sister,
Lover.
lover.
It's gross.
That's
which is
gross.
weird.
Yeah, it's very gross.
Nasty. It's nasty, baby.
Nasty. Y'all ready to rate this one?
Yes.
Wait. Every other scene they're popping pills too. Like, I'm like,
I
first
swear
of
to
all,
God,
they
it's like the thing to
drank
do.
so much.
Yeah.
They
I don't know how any of them can function.
Basically,
Drinking
took
is standard
anything.
though. Between like in the restaurant world, drinking is very, very standard.
But you always get a drink, one free drink a day or something.
They
like-
wasn't doing one free drink. They was drinking bottles and bottles and bottles and popping pills at the same time. I'm like, I don't know how y'all people can function.
Yeah, the drugs were
That's
crazy.
how they function.
Ugh. I couldn't
no
do
way.
it.
Sorry
I
guys,
couldn't do it either.
spoiling your secret, but yeah, that's how they all function.
I
couldn't do
could
it
not
either.
do it. And I don't know. I felt like in the beginning Tess was stupid. And then all
Just
of
in
a
the
sudden
beginning?
she switched to let me just watch everybody and see who I can use to get what I want.
Oh, I didn't see that. I never saw that side of her.
I felt like it.
either.
She told on people till she just was to me I saw a conniving side of her. Let me just act like I'm
In the
so
book,
stupid.
definitely.
Yeah.
Especially at the end.
Yeah.
Well, they ended the movie with her like, "I want you to fire Simone," which is similar to what happened at the end of the book. So, I mean, at that point, I guess, yeah, she just was full of
Yeah,
herself.
she was just because she said she said I sit back and watch.
Right.
She was very strategic on what she did and who she did it with.
Well, I think that she learned from that restaurant on how to be. I don't think she was
I
just
think
like
she came
that.
in there privileged and let me walk around and watch and sleep my way to the top like that's done all the time.
Really?
Yeah. Okay. Any other strong feelings you got about it?
Oh, I'm sorry. Did that come across strong?
And now she saw like a butterfly. Oh, I'm sorry. Just, however you feel, Ray, just get it out. That's fine.
Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde over here.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I agree, though. It was just a lot of, I don't even know how to explain it.
Yeah.
I just hated the storyline so much.
I did too. The movie not the movie, but the series made it much more bearable. I just don't know that I would recommend that anybody go back and read the book.
Yeah, I don't think I would either. And as a matter of fact, I just think we ought to make a deal that we're not going to do a second part, even if there is a third season.
Well, what if in the third season she gets hit by a train or something?
Then they would not have a show, which is even better.
I can't give this any
I
more
mean,
of my
Sasha jumped
life.
off of a building, so they kept his character going.
Oh, Sasha, when you jumped out of the building, I just cried like a baby.
A baby?
When they were in the hospital, like comforting each other, was when I was like, oh, Sasha.
And then he realized he couldn't go back home, and
Gosh, I did not have one drop of emotion watching this or reading this.
I did with Sasha. Sasha's
did
the
with
only one
Sasha.
that gave me
Sasha,
emotion.
yeah.
I just hate it.
Because I love the way he started his character. They started his character upon his character, and when he was crying in the hallway, and she was like, "Are you okay?" He's like, "What do you mean?
Right?
Like, what are you talking about? Fine."
And everybody kind of just moved
That's
around
awesome.
him.
Right. But then after a while, he was like, baby monster.
Baby monster.
They had a cute relationship.
About when that woman punched her in the face.
It's about the time I felt like doing it.
Right, exactly.
When he went to go ask her about Ginger.
Oh my gosh, she like did a roundhouse with her hands.
Mad or whatever. She was like, oh, what? Really? Wham.
And she kept going. Man, that was hilarious.
Yeah.
He's like, thank you, now I know where Ginger is.
Right? She just sacrificed my face.
Right.
She's like, I would have done it for you anyway.
Right.
You would have? I wouldn't have.
And I was thinking to myself, when you think about it, Ari, why didn't anyone just go live with Ari?
Exactly.
That's true.
I mean, she really wanted these friends so bad, especially like Sasha. Why didn't she invite Sasha to come live with her? She had a mansion in Brownstone, they said. Only person lived there was her and the nanny.
Her same nanny that she had.
Because it was a stupid book.
Yeah, it was. Stupid book,
Guess
stupid
I'm
show.
overthinking it. Okay.
Yeah, Lynn.
Definitely overthinking this one.
I will throw this olive jar at you.
At me?
Yes.
Why?
Yeah, Lynn. Like, you jab at me.
I wasn't jabbing. I'm just saying, stop trying to fill Lynn's shoes. That's for Lynn to do.
I can't feel in shoes. My brain ain't that big.
Second jab of the night.
No, I'm not saying you
I'm
got a
messing
big
with
brain.
you.
All right, let's just
All parts of your
let's
brain is
end this
refused.
because we
That's
just
same size.
I'm giving this the book.
Are you?
I'm giving everything a sip.
Okay.
Although, let me just say this. Season 1 was a great adaptation, but I just can't give it anything because everything about it was dumb. So it gets a sip.
Okay, so I'm actually going to give it a half glass because season 1 was an adaptation from the book, but season 2 actually made me enjoy the whole experience. So half glass.
You put joy in this experience? That's great.
Enjoy. It didn't spark joy.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna actually agree with you, Lynn. I'm gonna give it a half glass too because season 1 was right on point. Season 2 had some points, but at least it kept me entertained.
Yes.
I'm gonna give it a half glass only because for some reason I can't quite put my finger on. I kept hitting next for the next show
because you had to.
No, I'm not sure. That's why I'm only giving it for half a glass because I'm not sure exactly whether or not I was intrigued to find out what happened or whether it was forced and I had to do it for this podcast. So that said, along with Sasha, is the reason it gets a half a glass from me.
Okay, well this thing isn't getting the full bottle.
Negative.
But we sure drank one.
Yes, we did.
We did drink one anyway. So I would say that if you're into the inner actions or plays of a restaurant, then this is the book for you. If you work in a restaurant, you may find it slightly entertaining, but I would not recommend the book. I certainly would say just check out the series.
Yeah.
If you are in that arena of business and you have something you want to tell us about it, hit us up. Let us know.
Or not, because I could care less.
But I would like to know what other people had to think about this, because maybe we're just all being so hard.
Could be. Doubt it. But it's a possibility.
A little optimistic. All right, well, check us out on Instagram at Read Watch Wine.
Facebook and Twitter, Read Watch Wine.
Email us at readwatchwine@gmail.com.
What were you drinking?
And while we couldn't rate this very high with the Napa Valley Vineyards wine, what is it? Redneck Rube?
Yes.
We sure are enjoying it.
Yes, we are.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
See ya.
Pew, pew, pew.